another episode of the SoFLo Sports Show. It's your host, 305 Sports Babe, co-host Lou from Dade, and tonight we're talking all about the U. Oh, that was good. We didn't even script that.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that was excellent. Wow.
We're ad-libbing. I like it.
Oh, gosh. All right. So before we get into anything football, our thoughts and our prayers are with our dear friend in Big E. Today was day 2 of chemo and radiation. As mentioned last night on the show, our AFC East rival show, I gave you guys an update. So he started his chemo and radiation yesterday. He's doing 2-a-days for the next 4 weeks. And then after that, his body's going to rest. And then we're still in search of a new liver. So this is the first half of the game. And then we still have another second half of the game. So thoughts and prayers with Big E. Bracelets are still available. I'm not shipping anything out for the rest of the week, but you will, if you order, you will get them out next week. So they are $6, and all proceeds go to supporting Ian's DCC. He just broke $10,000. That was his goal, so we need him another $10,000.
Fantastic. They say Big E strong on it, and on the other side it says Fins up.
Yes.
And we might do an orange one that says Canes up too, but it's Canes on the way.
Dolphins are his passion.
I know. But,
all right.
yeah.
So anyway,
Big E.
For sure. So on tonight's episode, we are talking all things Canes. Season opener this Sunday at the Hardrock against the Fighting Irish. And we are so excited to bring on 2 people on the show tonight, 2 people that we know very well and who love the Canes, who cover the Canes. One has his own show. The other one is on the news. I mean, I couldn't think of anybody better besides Mario Cristobal to have on the show tonight. So this is the second and third best option. Just kidding. My first option. So without further ado, I want to bring on our guest tonight. First, we have JD the boss. JD was the Canes Fan of the Year last year. He's also the CEO of the Metrorail Boyz. Then we have Will as a 305 Sports now, similar to what we do, covers all Miami sports. So he's on that roller coaster of a journey that we are as well. So guys, welcome.
Listen, a lot of highs and lows, and
that's a roller coaster. Roller coaster is high and low.
By the way, JD's not only the Metrorail Boyz, he's also the Metrorail Cats. And I know Will covered the Dirty Rats and Cats edition.
Dirty Rats and Florida Cats.
Come on, these guys, live and breathe 305 South Florida sports all the way. So big ups to both of them.
Yeah.
Love the intro, guys. Thank you so much.
I know. And you saw we were so synced. That's crazy. We were like not synced on anything. And all of a sudden we're like synced up and Jinx 1, 2, 3. So you can't talk for us of the show. Okay.
Russ Taylor's in the house. So thanks, Russ, for tuning in.
Russ from PA. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it's been a while, Russ. We've missed you. Okay, so let's get into it. Before we talk about 2025 Canes, let's just take a scroll down memory lane. What started off as a good season kind of derailed, and then the Pop-Tart Bowl, we just burned like Pop-Tarts. So I know you kind of want to talk about the beginning of it.
Yeah, you guys saw it. Burnt toast out there for that last game of the year. And look, it started promising. Again, we want to put the 2024 season to bed because a new season is upon us. A couple days here on Sunday night. So one of the first 9 games of the year, everything's looking hunky-dory and good. Now, the defense had some mishaps, but for the most part, 9 straight wins to start the year is pretty good. Unfortunately, you lose 3 out of your last 4, including a huge letdown at Syracuse. That pretty much cost them, not pretty much, it cost them a chance of playing in the ACC championship game. And
but let's talk good. So we beat the Gators.
Yeah.
JD, you were there, right? You went to Gainesville, you went up to the swamp, took care of business there. And then we were also with you for that game. I think I still have crust in my eyes. We were up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. That crazy watch party against Berkeley. Oh my gosh, against the Golden Bears. Yep. And talking about that, we had Joe Rose on the show last week.
We had Joe Rose on the show last week. I know, JD, you listen to Joe Rose all the time in the morning. And he's from Berkeley area. He played at Golden Bears. That was a wild game. So I want to get your thoughts, first of all, Will. Talk about how last season ended and, where it went wrong. I think you're going to say the same answer we're all going to come up with, but go ahead. How did last year end for the Canes?
Well, on a positive side, we saw the greatest offense in the history of the University of Miami. So that's a positive, I do want to say. And we had at least for one season the greatest quarterback to put on a jersey, at least for one season, in Cam Moore. So we had a lot of things that were really entertaining, a lot of positives that we watched last season. But throughout the whole season, especially on the defensive side of the ball, we continued to play with fire, and we just got burned. We got burned against Georgia Tech. And I know a lot of people talk about Cam Moore and the fumble at the end of the game, but if you look at the stats, Cam Moore did not have a bad game. He had like 340 yards and I think 3 touchdowns. as well. But the defense, again, let them down. They couldn't stop the run. You bounce back against Wake Forest. You kick the crap out of them. But then you go to Syracuse and you blow a 21-point lead against the Orangemen over there in Syracuse, New York. And it's a disaster. It was a big issue. And then you go into the Pop-Tart Bowl, and you could have won the game if you kept Cam Ward in the game. I really don't fault Mark Cristobal for not having him come back in at all. He want to be the number one pick in the draft. He was protecting his player. Emory had enough experience being in the program for about 3 years that he could have led the offense to a victory. And we saw what we saw in that game, and we just got exposed. So that's what I want to say about 2024. I predicted a 10-win season. Overall, we got the 10-win season, but it wasn't the 10-win season that we all thought it was going to be. We thought 10 wins, ACC championship game appearance, playing Clemson, and it didn't quite turn out that way.
So a quote that I often say a lot is, we didn't get this far just to get this far. And I feel like that was kind of like the script to the end of the season was, we worked this hard and then it's just over. JD, how do you take last season? What's your takeaways from last season?
Last season, and I appreciate Will's positivity with last season. I mean, we were very excited because we never seen since 2017. We never seen a season this excited. So having to lose the way we lost that game at Georgia Tech, really put us down. But one thing we never addressed was the secondary. We keep messing with it. Those guys gonna get better. They're gonna get better. They got worse. Mm-hmm. And when we get to the game where they could have saved us, the bowl game, I don't even count that as a game. Yeah. A lot of players didn't participate. You got Streppel didn't play in the game. Cam play, quarter and a half and things like that. So the bowl game don't even count. We didn't even have to play a bowl game if we handle business the way we should. But what killed us was the secondary, which I'm really, really excited. We've finally addressed the secondary coming up this year. So that was a bad thing for me last season. Secondary, get out of here.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, that's a shout out to the Fins Faithful podcast in the chat. They do a great job covering the Dolphins. And shout out to them. But look, to both of your points, giving up, more points than necessary. Last two games, as a matter of fact, they gave up 42. The two big losses, 42 points on the road at Syracuse, and then 42 points in the Pop-Tart Bowl. You just cannot give up 84 points in a 2-game span where you're trying to win your conference. So that's not the way to go. No. But let's move forward and let's talk about the 2025 Canes and specifically. Mario Cristobal. We'll get into that in a second. But, Will, I want to talk to you about, the Canes. They're projected to have both the 8th-ranked defensive line and offensive line, headlined by Reuben Payne Jr., the edge rusher on defense. And they picked up six players in the transfer portal. I know you've been covering a lot of the guys that they've gotten on over, and also commits that are coming in the future. So what's your take on this unit that has been assembled, this roster? Obviously, a lot of turnover, a lot of players went pro, but this specific unit coming in, what do you see with these guys?
Well, the way they handle the transfer portal, they handled it very intelligently. They built depth and they built it with experience as well. And the one thing about the secondary, which JD so eloquently talked about, was so bad last year, is that they upgraded with players with not just experience but also eligibility as well. So if all goes well, you may not have to go to the portal next year for a secondary because you have the depth, and also you recruited very well with this upcoming freshman class with guys like Jabari Antoine, Bryce Fitzgerald as well, Jalen C. Waters. So I'm excited about the secondary. I think the defense can be much improved. From what I've been hearing, listening to other people who go to practice say, is that the defense is much more simplified. It's going to be more of an attacking defense, swarming to the football. One of the biggest problems the D-line had last year, along with the linebackers, was two things. One was setting the edge, which is basically fundamental football. That's one thing. And number two was communication. And for what I've been hearing is that they're swarming to the football and communications at an all-time high, not just to the point where they're communicating on the field, but the linebackers are talking to each other and other players off the field as well, talking football as well. So I'm excited to see, what the upgrades are. I think the defense is going to be much better. And I think although last season was special because the award gave us, if we handle business, this team worst case scenario, and I said it on Flo Show, I still predict a 10-win season because I want to be conservative about it. But I worst case scenario, if you can beat Notre Dame in game 1 and you can beat Florida in game 4, the Miami Hurricanes, in my opinion, there's no reason why they can't go 12-0. That's just my belief, because every single game, although tough, is winnable on that schedule. You've recruited better than all the teams on your schedule. Okay, you have more complementary talent than all the teams on your schedule, with the exception of the defensive tackle position. You have more depth than and maybe Clemson as well, because they're loaded as well. But you have more depth than most of the teams on your schedule. So I can't see why, if you can get past those two big teams, which are Florida, whom I expect to be better, and Notre Dame, who's going to be a slugfest, I can't see why you can't go 12-0, especially with 8 home games. So that's my take.
Is a huge deal. JD, we're going to get to you now. I know Ashley's going to talk offense, but before we do, Russ in the chat mentioned, speaking of the Pop-Tart Bowl, can we agree that the frosted cherry is a slept-on flavor? If we're going around, let's go around. What are your favorite? What's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Okay.
Strawberry.
JD, what do you got?
Honestly, I've never tried one, man. So
really?
What?
You know what you're missing.
No.
He's healthy.
He does.
He does.
That's true.
Okay.
You know, my kids have them.
Yeah.
But they're just there. But I never tried one ever.
Wow.
It's been years, but they're good.
But I trust you.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have a next time we see each other, I'll bring a Pop-Tart so we can do a taste test.
Will, so you mentioned Clemson early on. They had Clemson as the number 1 in the ACC, us as number 2. Right? That's pretty much have stayed the same. But JD, your take on the defense.
On the defense this year?
We've talked about the offense yet. You want to switch? Okay, well, we'll go. We're talking about offense. All right, so let's get some good things, right? Switch it, and you'll start the offense. All right, so with the offense, we all know Cam Smith went number 1 in the NFL draft this year. He went to the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. Xavier Restrepo.
Cam Ward, not Cam Smith. Cam Smith's the guy for the.
Why did I say? Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Cam Ward. Sorry about that. Cam Ward went number 1 in the NFL draft this year to the Tennessee Titans. Also to the Tennessee was Xavier Restrepo, but unfortunately, and from what I'm still hearing, he has been cut from the team. Xavier Restrepo.
Yes, but he came back as a part of the practice squad.
Yeah.
So he's still around. I guess they just don't know what they're missing in these guys. So I'm glad they kept him in the practice squad to get more time to evaluate him. So eventually he's gonna be part of the team. However, though, talk about the offense this year. I'm probably the wrong guy to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I think we got the best offensive line in the nation.
Shots fired with that. Wow.
Yeah. But I'm saying I'm the wrong guy because people probably gonna say it's I'm a homer. That's what I'm saying. But I look around. I don't think anybody in college football got the best offensive line than us. So we're not gonna have a Cam Ward. That was a generational player. You're never gonna replace what you had from Cam Ward. But having a Beck, this is a guy who played in championship. This is a guy
from Georgia.
Yes. This is a guy who have experience in the SEC that most people call probably the best league in college. This is a guy who come in with a different type of game. And having a offensive coach like Shannon Dawson, this guy can do magic. And putting a Beck under his guidance, I'm excited to see what Beck gonna do. Then we talk about the receivers. Well, we lost our top 4 receivers. I'm excited to see the new guys coming in. Okay, so we get guys like Jojo Trader. This is a kid that's gonna explode. Mark my word. And all these other kids. That's part of that's their opportunity now. And I'm excited for the news. I don't think we're gonna have a drop. Maybe the experience, but the speed's gonna be there. The guys are going to catch the balls. They're all going to be there. I'm excited for the offense this year as well as I did last year.
Now, you mentioned Carson Beck, so obviously coming from Georgia, but we do got to remember he's coming off an injury year. So it is transitioned into a new school and an injury, but I do think he's going to be fine, and the offensive line should hold for him, and it should be good. Switching gears, let's talk about coach.
I have a follow up really quick.
Yeah.
Well, specifically with Carson Beck and the talent on offense, he'd had a tremendous year 2 years ago at Georgia, almost 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns. Do you see him? Is the emphasis and the strength on this team going to be more in the running game, or are they going to let Carson Beck
throw some bullets down there,
carve up defenses?
It's gonna be very balanced. It's gonna be a very balanced team.
Yes.
It's gonna be a team. It'll probably be 51% run, 51% pass, 49% run, because Jen Dawson still likes to throw the football. But it'd be a lot more balanced. We also threw a lot last year because we were behind all the time. So that was a reasoning behind it as well. But yeah, he's gonna have his chances to go deep. He likes to go deep. Mark Cristobal likes quarterbacks with big arms. We've seen it throughout his coaching tenure, whether at FIU, Oregon, and even at Miami as well. We had quarterbacks who could throw the ball very deep as well. So he's not going to waste that by making a dink and dunk kind of offense. And that's not what Shannon Dawson likes to run either. The one thing about the wide receiver position is that what they lose in experience, they make up in talent, because Jacoby George, Xavier Restrepo, as well. I'm forgetting Sam Brown. They were good players, but they're not necessarily elite. Okay, they're solid, but not necessarily. Restrepo played higher than his talent level, in my opinion. He also adjusted to his deficiencies, which was the speed as well. Even though in many cases, I don't want to get heat, but you said this on Flo Show. Yeah, Restrepo was able to run by people on several occasions, but he wasn't the fastest guy on the field, is what I'm trying to say. Right now, like, you can't. JoJo Trader used to play alongside the other side of Jeremiah Smith. Guy was like, well, Smith was 1, Trader was like 3 in the college football rankings. CJ Daniels has a lot of experience, played in an SEC school in LSU, and balled out in Liberty. Joshua Moore, the true freshman out of West Broward, is making one-handed catches in practice as well. And my prediction, Malachi Toney, remember that name, Malachi Toney will either start or he's going to get a ton of reps against Notre Dame, because he can't keep that kid covered up. He is an absolute game changer, and we see it in the clips in practice, whatever they released to the public. And I saw it firsthand in the spring game how dominant of a receiver he could be. And from what I've heard, he's become Carson Beck's favorite go-to guy in practice. This game will be decided in the middle of the field, in my opinion. While they have 2 lockdown corners on each side, Notre Dame does, I don't think the nickel corner can stop Malachi Toney, and Elijah Lofton's a mismatch for any linebacker, strong safety.
Too fast.
Yeah. JD, you wanted to add on that, just the offense in general?
No, I agree. Like Malachi Toney, I think this kid, if you give him 1 yard or just 1 yard of separation, you're not going to catch him. He is that fast. And my prediction, just like Will, he's going to change the game. He probably going to score the first touchdown for us. Nice. That's how special he is. So, the offense going to, again, lost experience, but we gain speed and talent.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Big shoes to fill, right? I mean, you talk about, Canes has been quarterback wide receiver you got Hall of Famers like Andre Johnson, Michael Irving, and then on the quarterback side, Jim Kelly, and then, Bernie Kosar was here. So many great quarterbacks through the years. But Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo broke all the records. So it's really saying something, and what has to be replaced upcoming this year.
And I think Tennessee needs to see the tapes from last year to know what they have down there, have up there before they decide to make some big decisions like that. All right, switching gears, talking about Coach Mario Cristobal. Mario Cristobal is going on year 4 as head coach of the Hurricanes. Local guy, went to St. Teresa Catholic School for elementary school in Coral Gables, obviously played for the Canes. He was offensive tackle, was on the 89 and 91 championship team. Before coming to us, coached Oregon, where he was pretty successful out there, right? He showed that he knew how to coach, and he has a 22-16 record here at in Miami. But he's had some really bad losses, as we've mentioned, unfortunately. So, what do you guys think of Mario Cristobal? Is it still are we still leaving, or we're kind of like, where are we at with Mario Cristobal?
I'll let JD go first.
Okay, yeah. So I really, really love what Coach doing. When you get to a place in your establishment, you want to change what's going on. You got to change the culture. So the culture of the Miami Hurricane has changed. We have not won a championship yet, but I truly believe Coach Cristobal is going to bring us that championship. If you look at the improvement, the team improvement from year 1 to year 2, 3, 4, which is going to be the 4th year now, the team got better and better in every position. Yeah. I'll give you an example. We played Alabama in Atlanta probably 5 or 6 years ago, I believe. 5 years. And we were so excited. Like, man, the team is good, speed, team's fast. The minute we got on the field at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I already know we were going to lose that game. You're looking at our team's size, and you're looking at the Alabama. It's almost like a high school went up there to play a big NFL dude. And I'm like, whoa, I never, you know, just looking at those guys, I know we were in trouble.
Yeah.
I finally get to a point where I'm looking at my team. I'm like, man, we have some dudes. We have some dudes. And Mario build a team like that, you know, he probably has, and I'm going to repeat it, he probably has the best offensive line coach in the business. Mario played that position, and one of his best friends that he played together at Columbus, he everywhere he gone, he have his offensive coach with him, which is still coaching the team right now, recruiting the best player. And what he did in the transfer portal, it's not just going and get people who are available. He filled the needs, the team, whatever the team needed at that position, that's who he got. And I think we at a point now where not just the guys on the field, but we also have the backup players ready to go. We're ready to go. So I'm really happy with the work Mario's doing.
He has the next man up mentality. So if you needed to go back into that, you have, you know, people ready to go if you needed. Well, what's your take on Coach?
Yeah. Like Coach Cristobal, like I'm very, like JD said, I'm pretty optimistic. And I look at the full-blown resume of Coach Cristobal before he became Miami's head coach, and even his first season, which I thought he had some really bad losses here at the U, but the guy won everywhere. Like the guy won FIU's first bowl game, his first 4-star recruit, T.Y. Hilton, was under Mario Cristobal. He won a Rose Bowl with Justin Herbert, you know, as his quarterback as well. So he comes here, and he basically said that, and everybody said that the players weren't exactly workers. All right, it comes from the Jimmy Johnson mentality that if you're not going to work it off the field, and that's the one thing that he really pushed. I'll put it to you this way, and I'm going to say his name. Because he said on my show, one of the linebackers for this team said that he almost went to. I think he would have almost gone to Alabama because he didn't like what he saw with Coach Diaz on the field. Yeah, so that was a wake-up call, the fact that he brought in guys that they're all dogs, they all want to work, they all want to play, and what hasn't worked out, he's gotten rid of. A lot is made about his game management. There was a lot of hyperbole about what happened to him against Stanford a few years ago at Oregon. You could honestly look at that play, and they needed a first down regardless. That's why he didn't run out the clock. And yeah, it was a blunder against Georgia Tech, but that's really the only thing that you can really hang your hat on. And maybe not running the ball more against Syracuse, but those are just things that he lets his coordinators do what they please. He's a CEO of that team. He runs the team like a CEO, and he expects his managers to execute. So that could be said about him, that he didn't get as involved as maybe he should have with Shannon Dawson. But the bottom line is, though, it's like I can tell you things about other coaches where they have bad management skills, like Lane Kiffin, who has this loaded team and he doesn't win. I mean, let's be frank with you. At Ole Miss, a loaded team, he doesn't win. So you can say about many coaches, but the spotlight's always on him. I like the direction this program is going in. We saw it years ago with Butch Davis, how he was fire Butch, and he put the greatest team together of all time. I'm giving him good time, a lot of time. Top 10 classes, it's starting to show. The talent's starting to show. I think this is the right coaching staff. They seem to have it all together this year. My only concern is special teams, because you don't have a special teams coordinator and you got 2 kickers. So that's something that does concern me. But aside from that, I like the direction this team's going. And the wonderful thing about Coach Cristobal, he's not going anywhere. This is his dream job.
Yeah, most definitely. I will add also, not time management so much, but the decision to go for a field goal and trust his defense at Syracuse, and they never got the ball back. That was disconcerting as well. And look, the not kneel play against Georgia Tech, that was a fluke play, like you said.
Yeah.
You're able to get off over that. But speaking of getting fired,
wait, Luke, quickly. Luke, quickly. I'm sorry. If I could push back a little bit on what you just said about the Syracuse game. Regardless, you need to stop. Whether you get a field goal or you get a touchdown, regardless, you needed to stop because Syracuse was going to get the ball anyways on a final drive. So that's the way I see it. The difference is Syracuse would have to score a touchdown, to take the lead. It's the difference. But the bottom line, you need to stop, and that defense wasn't stopping anybody. That's just my take. Yeah.
And that leads me to my next point. They did get rid of Lance Guidry, and they brought in this guy, Corey Heatherman. I mean, right by seeing this picture alone, we mean business on defense. I mean, no one's going to talk down to that guy. That guy looks like he's on a mission. Corey Heatherman, your defensive coordinator. How you feeling about him? I mean,
he looks like a WWE wrestler.
He looks like he's ready to go.
I want to put him on Monday Night Raw.
I love Corey, man.
So do I.
Before I met Corey, when I see a picture like that, I thought Corey was maybe like a 7'2" kind of, because he looks like a giant wrestler that's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But he's not that big of a guy when you meet him. But what I like about him, I watched a couple camps that he was running. Every time there is a mistake, he stopped the play. And he goes straight to the player. And he rip him right there. And this is coaching, man. You're not taking a little note and put it in your pocket. And he fixed the problem right there. And what I like about him, we're going to do it again until you get it right. And I watch this guy. I'm like, man, we have somebody here. We have somebody.
Look at that. He's not messing around.
Right,
He's not messing around. Hey, shout out to Adrian, Rainy Day Pod in the podcast. Adrian, my man.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, guys, as we bring it home here, before we let you guys go, let's talk about Sunday. Sunday is our season opener, home opener against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Marcus Freeman and Boyz coming back down here. And I say coming back down here because they were just here in January. I said a few months ago, and Lou was like, it's not a few months ago. I'm like, yes, it was. It was a few months ago. I was like, it's a few months ago. So they obviously came down here for that against Penn State, and their fans traveled very well. So I am anticipating a very, very heavy Notre Dame presence with fans there on Sunday. JD will be in the house. We'll be watching it on his pretty much big screen TV. And we will be watching it in Orlando. So guys, real quick, JD, or let's start with Will. Will, what is your prediction on this Sunday's game, our season opener?
Irish are 2.5-point favorites, by the way, I should say. And the starting a sophomore quarterback making his first start in CJ Carr.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball a lot, so I predict 24-14. I think Miami wins by 10.
24-14, I love it. JD, what do you think?
Man, I almost got the same score. So I've been telling everybody it's going to be 24-17. Okay. And, they're going to try to run the ball. They got the best running back in the country. But we're going to stop him on first down, and that's the key. Force the rookie to throw the ball. And that's how we win the game. Stop him on first down, force the rookie to throw the ball. And that's how we're going to win the game, 24-17. It's going to be raining.
And it is. We're going to get a lot of rain down here this weekend. Not so much in Orlando with us, but they're going to get rain down here.
It's not going to be fun for, people from South Bend,
No. Yeah. It's going to be our environment. But look, to Ashley's point, it's true. They were just here. Their last win of last year, obviously, they lost in the title game to Ohio State. But look, the fact that they were down here, won on this field, and clinched a spot in the championship game, they're coming in here thinking they can win on this field again.
Different environment.
No doubt. Different roster, different, but it's a top 10 matchup. They're ranked number 5. We're ranked number 10.
Convicts.
The whole Catholics versus convicts. I think we have the picture up here somewhere. You got it here. The fact that it's I don't think you got it, but no, it's going to be a huge game, huge test for them initially, and we're hoping that they could definitely do what they got to do and get off to a great start by beating a rival. I mean, a long-standing rival tradition with the two schools, and so we are hoping that they're able to pull it out in week 1.
All right, so here's Obviously,
This rivalry goes way back. I mean, there's no love lost between these two teams and their fans. Just the title alone, Catholics versus Convicts, tell you everything you need to know from a controversial standpoint. And so it's going to be an intense game for sure.
And then before we let you guys go, quick plug. Let everybody know first of all where they can find you. And I'm gonna lead into that. I mean, do it, Lou. So we're gonna get there. They're gonna say how to find them, and they're gonna give us their season prediction. Okay. So guys, let our friends, our viewers, our followers, first of all, know how they can follow you and where you're gonna be this season. We'll go ahead. Start with you.
All right, you can find me on YouTube at 305 Sports Now. Please like, subscribe, and share. You can find me also on X under William Padron at 305 Sports Now. My IG is private, but if you're a Canes fan or a Dolphins fan and it shows on your photo, I will follow you back in general. So that's the thing. I do have an episode that I'm working on, Malachi Tony, that I will be releasing this Saturday morning prior to the game.
Perfect. JD, where can they find you besides on our local news channels and everything else?
You can find me. It's very easy. WM Garbage Man on Twitter, on IG, and JD the Boss on Facebook. Same thing. WM Garbage Man on YouTube and everywhere else, man. So we're here for the fun, and you find us at the Hard Rock up until January. So second home.
We changed our residencies from where we live now to Hardrock Stadium, so we get it.
And we should mention that the championship game this year is at Hardrock Stadium, so it'll be a great way for the Hurricanes to start the season and end it at the Hard Rock. That'd be amazing.
Speak into existence.
Yeah.
All right, JD, real quick before I let you go, this is our schedule 2025. Very interestingly enough, our first 7 games? 7 games are all in Florida. And then obviously Florida State, which is still in Florida. So we're a lot of local games before we head to some some really cold places like ending in Pittsburgh and in Virginia Tech in November where it starts to get chilly. JD, what is your season prediction? What do you think? How are we gonna end the season?
I may sound crazy, but I'm looking at worst case scenario gonna be 11-1. And I'm looking for us to be undefeated. I watch this team and I see the players we have. I'm not overconfident. I just feel like if you're talking about the trenches, we have the best line. We should be able to give our quarterback time and win the game. And it's not like last season we put point and they score on us. We have secondary now. We're gonna stop people. So Ruben Ben back. He's going to eat quarterbacks for us.
All right. Well, JD says 11-1. What do you have to say about that?
Conservatively speaking, I'll go 10-2. I think, unfortunately, we have a history of this. We'll slip up in 1 or 2 games. That's just a thing. But I'm seriously hoping for 12-0. I think it's doable. Yeah, 100% doable. Yeah. So that's just my take.
Yeah, 3. So we're playing 3 ranked opponents. Obviously, starting off with the Irish, they're ranked number 5. Yeah. The Gators are number 15, and then SMU would be number 16. JD, you said 1 loss, and Will, you're saying 2 losses. Where do you identify that those could be the trip-ups? What kind of what opponent do you think?
Like a silly loss, or you think that's going to come from a ranked team? That's pretty much what he's saying.
No, it'll be a silly loss. I think that Virginia Tech always plays us well, and they'll be out for revenge. So that could be a team we could slip up to. Again, it's cold. It'll probably be a night game, enter Sam at the whole 9 yards. And the Pittsburgh game does concern me because it's going to be really cold over there, and that's a very physical team. I do think we could beat them both. I mean, I'm going to be very frank with you. So those are my 2 trap. I have 3, actually, Louisville, because they always play us well as well. I have 3 trap games, but I do think that, I agree with Adrian. More so Virginia Tech, I would say, than Louisville. But that's what I think. I think we could beat SMU. SMU's not a trap game. They're a good football team. That's why I'm not calling them a trap game. They play very fast on offense, but if you can get them off the field quickly and you put their defense out there, they will tire out. So that's why I predict we could beat SMU.
Yep.
JD, where's that 1 loss coming from, you think, if it happens?
My 1 loss, same thing. Virginia, I always think that place in Blacksburg, it's probably one of the most difficult places to play.
I've been there. I went to VT game with my brother a few years ago. It's an amazing atmosphere. It's an amazing atmosphere. They do it so right, but it is not easy to win there for anybody.
not. And
especially in
if
November.
we have to lose a game, that's probably it. But I think, again, our coach will prepare those guys going up there. And I hate going to that place, but I think I'm making that trip this season. It's probably going to be the last time we play over there too. So more reason to find an excuse to go up there. So
I have another excuse for you. It's actually on Lou's birthday, so November 29th. So maybe we'll join you. How about that?
Well, it's also Thanksgiving week, so it's kind of difficult with the family. So.
Yeah, so we'll say.
And so Adrian mentioned, Adrian said Virginia Tech and Louisville, you put it up there. That Louisville game is actually at home and on a Friday night at the Rock, so that'll be a great atmosphere for that. Guys, I'll leave you with this, and obviously we share a passion, not just for the Canes, but for all our South Florida sports teams.
Are you going to make us cry?
I will say that, all our professional teams have each won 2 titles. The Heat have won 3. All the other franchises have won 2. And the hottest team right now is the Florida Panthers. Let's be real.
Absolutely.
They could be a dynasty in the making. I think they need one more to be officially a dynasty, but the team's going to stay together for a long time. But the original dynasty is the Miami Hurricanes. Make no mistake about it. 5 titles. Okay. And if you remember in the late 80s, early 90s, you've watched all the documentaries. You got the Dolphin players saying that they needed the Hurricane players to get them into the club. So it just goes to show you that the Hurricanes were really, and to this day, with those 5 titles, are Miami's team. So what do you guys think about that? Can the U get back to those days? And how do you compare? Obviously, that's college, but with the professional teams, what's going on now in the professional sports down here in South Florida?
Well, the whole thing with the Canes as well is that a lot of those kids were local, so there was a relatability with those kids comparable to Dolphin players that could have been from like Idaho and all those places. So that's the one thing why I think the Canes players, plus they were winning, they were able to get into those clubs, without basically a problem. I think we could get back to national prominence. It's going to be a major challenge because of NIL. Although Miami does have a healthy NIL collective, I do think that states like Texas and Texas A&M, and now Texas Tech as well, they're flooded with oil money, and they're basically buying players, to go over there. Mind you, before I get hate, they are winning, so let's not take it away. Especially Texas, they are winning, so it's not like they're going to a cheap school, that's just paying them well. They are winning, so there's that formula. But I do think it's going to be very competitive to win, because the fact is a lot of the Florida players, they're getting big money from other states, other teams from other states. But yeah, we can get there. Hey, recruitment now, especially with the internet, is a national thing. As much as you want to have the state of Miami, which is basically was Orlando downward under Howard Schmellenberger, and then Jimmy Johnson ran with it as well. It's very difficult to keep these kids local because everybody's after them. And so that's the thing.
JD, is this are we building the 90s in the U? Are we back?
No, so I'm thinking, those years Lou was talking about, we also had baseball too. A lot of people don't remember that.
That's right.
So we were like winning championship in both sports. So, Coral Gable was like the place to be at that time. So I think we can get back. I also understand the challenge of NIL, but I also understand we have the best people who know how to deal with the NIL situation. So I think we are this close to get there. And, winning is just, once you win, you're going to keep winning. And that's what's going to, it's contagious, man. So, we there.
It's like what they said about the Panthers 2 seasons ago. They said once you get the first championship, it's great, but the second one, like the taste of it. So I'm even hungry for the third one. But no, things are looking good down here, right?
I would like to fix the NIL situation a little bit tighter, if I to be honest.
You say that all the time. And give some money,
especially in college basketball. I hate to. College basketball, and especially the tournament, is all about the little guy. The schools without the names on the back of the uniform. And the minute that they do anything great, they're going to be, swooped up by the big. Exactly. So I wish that there was some kind of penalty, or they would have to pay some price to that school where they can replenish, because you just won't see the same Cinderella stories.
It is okay. We're St. John's fans. We are nationally ranked team this year. We are good. We are good. Okay, we are fine. Do not change it. We're fine.
It takes a little bit of excitement away, but we'll see. All right, I'll leave you with this, guys. The Dolphins jersey dropped today. The rivalry jersey.
Do we like it or do we hate it?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think?
I mean,
JD,
I'm okay with it, you know.
okay, I'm with you, Will. I like
When
it. I think it's
I see it as a jersey that I'm wearing to the baby shower, kid party. I don't see it
yeah,
as
you're always a little Dolphins, though. I mean, that's your attire.
I'm so old school when it comes to the Dolphins and Canes.
100%.
You know,
Me too.
Canes, my favorite is like, I want to see it come out with white helmet, orange jersey, white pants. The Dolphin, I want to see the old Dolphin.
Yes.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Yes, 100%.
White pants, white helmet. Oh my God! Like,
I know.
Original. They wanted those threads. Come on.
I know. All the stuff we buy is all.
and every time I see something else, and I get it, you got to cater to the younger generation. They need to buy all these things. Every team in town did that jersey. The Marlins did it. The Heat did it. Yeah. Everybody else did it. So they had to do it. I get it. But I'm going to wear that to the Saturday party. Not
the barbecue, everything.
The barbecue. I'm going to get one, though, but I have specific place. I already have the matching shoes. So.
No, it's easy to wear. I mean, wear the spandex pants, right? The black spandexes were set.
You can wear it to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding.
Okay, please stop.
Exactly.
Guys, with that, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. We are super excited about Canes football being back. Us too, agree that this is going to be a great season. We're looking forward to it. I just think that we really need to put our stamp of approval down this Sunday, let Notre Dame know the convicts over the Catholics, and let's continue on. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. Jamesy, fan of the year, CEO of the Metrorail Boyz, and then Will, 305 Sports Now, covers all South Florida sports. Does a fantastic job, a.k.a. the encyclopedia. So we really appreciate you guys getting out with us tonight. And let's do it halfway through the season. Let's catch up, right, and kind of do like a debriefing.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
So
let's do it.
We should do that 7-0, 8-0, giving your predictions, and we'll catch up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, JD, have an amazing time at the Hard Rock. Will, have an amazing time on the couch with that pretty much movie theater that you have set up. And we will talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Canes.
It's all about the you. Let's go. You don't want to just.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night,
Thanks, guys. Well, that was fun.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love him so much.
I enjoyed very much, hanging out and speaking Canes with them. And come on, you can't get two better representatives. Of our city and to of
our teams and stuff.
Yeah, of our team. So those guys are all about.
Speak 305.
Yeah, no doubt.
They would give Pitbull a run for his money.
Yeah. So obviously NFL season starts. Obviously the Hurricanes first of all start on Sunday. College football is already underway, and the NFL kicks off a week from tonight.
Yeah.
I know Russ is in the room, so the Eagles are going to host the Cowboys. Of course, a monster trade today, where Micah Parsons is on his way to Green Bay. It's remarkable. I mean, a week away from the season starting, that's a tremendous, shocking trade that we saw. So it'll be interesting to see. And we got a couple shows scheduled next week, including
our squares.
We're going to be doing our squares. So we are doing our squares that we've done the past 2 years. So for $20, you get a box in each game. So
$20. Let's say if you get number 11, you get number 11 on the other box as well. So $20 will get you 8 opportunities because you get 4 here and 4 there.
Right.
And please, if you are interested, reach out to Lou or I. We have a few numbers left, some good ones, like 20, a 12, a 41, a 61, 82, like some cool numbers, right?
About 20 numbers left, and we're going to
the 13s are gone, the 69s are gone, but there's some really cool numbers left.
Yeah. Adrian is in Philadelphia. I did not know that. So, Adrian, connect with Russ. He can definitely help you out. But, if you get a chance, we will be donating $640 to DCC, the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. So we will be doing that, and we will be doing the live drawing. So if you have a number already, you're all set. If you'd like to buy one of the boxes, let us know. We'll be doing the live drawing of the numbers next week, I believe on Wednesday, but stay tuned. We will definitely have it out, obviously, before kickoff on Thursday. And, so if you get a chance and you want to get one of the numbers, definitely reach out to Ashley or I, and we will get you set up. Yes. And we are looking forward also to doing our NFL Dolphins preview show next week as well. It's going to be a long season, a lot of excitement, and we are ready to journey everything the Dolphins are doing throughout the course of the year.
All right, guys, before we let you go, again, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, please. We've had some amazing episodes recently. Joe Rose, just yesterday we had the AFC East panel, the showdown. Richmond Webb's one on the show. Yep. So there's a lot of good content that we put out there. So go back, give us a like and subscribe to the old episodes. And
watching at X is cool, but come on over to YouTube and show some support. Give a thumbs up.
There's some other cool videos on there too.
Exactly. Yeah, she's actually
restaurants and sports. Some cool Disney content will be coming, so we cover all the ends.
Yeah. So follow along our journey and definitely track this upcoming season. Hurricanes, Dolphins, and soon enough it'll be hockey. And the Dolphins, the Panthers will be raising another banner. So we are looking forward to covering it all and keeping that journey going. So,
all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in tonight and last night, because we had 2 great shows last 2 days. So everyone, I hope you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Go Canes, convicts over Catholics, for this time at least. Yeah. And you can always say that, right? Yeah. And thanks, guys. So we'll catch you next week.
Yep. Have a good night, guys. Take care.